My boyfriend insulted me right before proposing.
Oh no, did he call you fat?
I, 26 female, have been with my boyfriend Tom, 29 male, for 6 years. We have lived together for 2 years and have 2 cats, but we're not engaged.
Ooh.
2 years, 2 cats, not engaged? What's he waiting for? I have never pushed him to propose because I am very comfortable in the life we have created and always assumed when he was ready, then he will pop the question.
Booyah.
Last week, I was told by one of his friends to expect something nice for our anniversary. She told me I should get my hair and nails done just because I should look nice for my surprise.
And you took her up on it, right?
Which I rightly assumed was a proposal. On the weekend, I went shopping with one of my friends and bought a new outfit and got my nails done ready for our weekend away. I was telling her how I think I'm getting engaged and how excited I was to spend the rest of my life with Tom.
Tom! I'm thinking she's with Tom the cat.
That's what I was thinking. Last night, Tom and I go to leave for dinner from the hotel, and I get in my new outfit and spend hours getting ready. When I come out and tell him I am ready, he asks if I can actually look nice for once because tonight was special.
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh. And yeah, and that's when I close the door and I go, okay, you can go.
Keep going.
I asked him what he meant, and he said to me that I always underdress or dress like I'm going to a club when we go to nice places and that I embarrass him.
He can't handle a baddie.
We got in a fight, and I ended up walking out and not going to the dinner he had planned to propose to me. And I went to my parents' house because I was upset. By the way, this comes from Feisty Ad 276, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give some good advice in a little goofy way, but we don't have all the answers. We'd only tell you what we would do, but let us know what you would do down in the comments. As OP says, he texted me a few hours after I left and asked when I was coming back because he had plans and wanted to know if I picked up a nice outfit for tonight. When I told him I wasn't coming back, he got very angry and said that he was just trying to help me because I would actually want to look nice for today.
Oh my, after all that effort?
I don't like that at all. I'd be so freaking pissed. I'd be like, yeah, when your attitude changes, I'll come back. When I told him I didn't appreciate him saying that I don't look nice, when I had spent so long getting ready, he didn't understand and said he wanted one night where I looked nice and put effort in. Then you pick the outfit. I'm not your dress-up toy. I'm going to dress up the way I feel comfortable and what I think looks nice. I don't have you in mind. I ended up hanging up on him and haven't spoken to him since yesterday, and his friends have been messaging me asking how the proposal went, and I haven't responded to anyone. He also hasn't reached out since last night, and I don't know what's happening now. My friends tell me I've done the right thing and that we need to talk about where we go from here. I love him so much, but I don't know that I can look at him the same after finding out how he truly feels about how I look. Have I overreacted or have I effed up? There's an edit to add. We were having a staycation 30 minutes from home to go to the Italian restaurant where he asked me to be his girlfriend 6 years ago. It's not a fancy or expensive restaurant, but it's our favorite. He was wearing black jeans and a button-up short-sleeved shirt. I was wearing a floral knee-length dress. Dinner was booked for 7 p.m. and we were leaving the hotel room at 5 p.m. to go for a walk/drinks beforehand.
Wait, a floral?
A floral down-to-your-knees dress. That's pretty dressed up.
Let me look this up. That doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds pretty modest, not gonna lie.
No, I mean, he's wearing black jeans. You're gonna wear black jeans.
Floral
Bleens.
ankle.
Like, you're wearing jeans and you're telling me to change out of a dress that's appropriate?
Floral ankle?
No, knee.
Knee?
Your knees.
Knee dress?
It's just like a summer dress.
Yeah, it is. It's just like a...
It's a
I don't know.
What color?
It's a
It
sundress.
doesn't say what color.
A yellow and orange.
I was wearing a floral
Oh my god, these are so cute. My girlfriend has one of these.
A floral
Oh, you can get one at
dress.
RileyRidge.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's
No.
cute.
What are you talking about? One of the best things fashion has ever given us men is sundresses. Okay?
Because they're cute. And it makes people look really cute and hot. The dress may not be fancy or dressed up for most people, but it's the nicest dress I now own and is dressed up for my style. There's additional information from OP. OP says, "Hi, sorry. I didn't realize so many people would want to know what I was wearing. I don't have a photo of me in the dress, but I bought and was wearing this, which I thought was beautiful. Can we see that?
Ooh, yes.
Yes, we can.
He's getting the, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Wait, no, you just click on it.
Well,
I can't.
I think.
Oh,
yeah,
oh man.
Do you need help?
Because we have the, sometimes you can click on those links
Yeah.
and you can pull it up in the,
Do you need help, my friend?
Do you need help,
brain,
my friend?
brain is moving slow, but I can get it.
He has something else pulled up, but he won't. But he can't show that right now. Did I shave my legs for this? If you know, you know, you know. Yeah, this is really weird. Once we see this freaking dress, we will have a way better understanding of if this man is wild or not. If it's a floral knee-length dress, it's probably a nice little going out to dress with. That's exactly what I thought. And he doesn't like it. It's because you're.
That's nice. It's not. Yeah, it's not like super. It's a very casual dress.
Oh no! I'm showing my tatas off too much. Ooh.
Oh my god.
I'm really
I
trying
know.
hard.
That cleavage.
You've got cleave.
You got cleave. Look at it.
Oh my god.
Been working out.
Is that what happens when guys
Their
work out?
pecs
They get boobs.
Yes, they do get.
They get cleave.
Girls work out to get butts. Guys work out to get butts. That's how it works.
That's true.
I work out to get abs.
I'm putting that down.
I'm putting that down.
I'm writing
Right
that
down, new set.
Putting that down as a real fact.
Yeah, friends in our chat. Type 1 if you think it's appropriate. Type 2 if you think it's inappropriate.
Okay, so what's his problem with this dress? She thinks you don't go clubbing in that dress either. By the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't go clubbing in that dress. That is like a nice little outing, like a bar.
Let's go get like a picnic. Let's hang out.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like floral dresses. I think are for if you're going to like brunch or if you're doing like a picnic or something.
I want to go.
I don't know. I think it's a cute dress. I don't think that it's inappropriate at all.
Hey, before we get back to these stories, Keon, do you remember that one story with a guy who cheated on his wife to be with his boss for like 2.5 years?
Oh yeah, that was insane. I wish we can listen to more stories like that.
Well, you can in our next live show event happening September 26th.
Okay, Storytime live.
Ugliest person in the entire world.
Oh, so this is exclusive head.
Oh yeah. Aren't tickets like $10?
Yes, up until August 26th. That's our early bird special just for you guys, you little worms.
Where do I get the tickets?
On okop.show or scan this QR code. Hope to see you there.
Okay, back to the story.
There are some irrelevant comments. OP responds to a comment about the dress not being appropriate for dinner at an exclusive and expensive restaurant. OP responds, I see where you're coming from, but we weren't going to a super expensive / exclusive restaurant. We were going to our favorite little Italian restaurant where he asked me to be his girlfriend. My fault, though, I didn't mention this in my post.
Oh, that's even more effed up.
So it's not even like it's an expensive, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're wearing, like, I went to a fancy restaurant one time after the beach, and I was literally in a bikini and had, like, shorts and, like, a tank top on, and I literally walked in and went,
This is not correct.
and I walked out, and then the people were like, wait, do you want a seat? And I was like, I'm not dressed appropriately. They're like, we don't care. I
Oh,
was like,
that's nice. Yeah, they'll let you know.
All right. And they put us in the back.
Here's my thing, though. I think this guy does not find his girlfriend attractive.
Yeah, I'm also thinking that.
Guys, maybe he's just really nervous.
It's
And he's saying all of the worst possible things because he's so nervous. And he's just like, yeah, you're, make sure you're not ugly like normal. And also don't, dress like a,
Probably. He's probably so blacked out from getting
nerves?
ready to do it. He didn't even see his girlfriend.
He's just got flop sweat. He's got no more liquid in his body. His brain's running on dust.
Oh, gosh.
I don't care if you're nervous. Don't
Don't say that.
like, why would that make you insult me?
Oh, my God.
I'm nervous. I'm gonna tell you how ugly you are. Okay.
It's the great way to get her to say yes.
Yeah. Commenter number 1 says, oh, and now I see where he's coming from. The venue and the importance of the venue being an Italian restaurant, where it was where you became official at. Your dress is more like a brunch, beach dress instead of going out to dinner at an Italian restaurant.
Nope. Disagree.
OP responds, I would never wear this to brunch / the beach though. This is literally the nicest dress I have ever bought and definitely 1,000,000 times nicer than anything I have ever worn to this restaurant. Commenter number 2 says, not overreacting. has he expressed these feelings before? Do you know what he means by nice? I'm assuming you didn't get a clubbing outfit, but I don't know. It's definitely something that needs to be discussed, and you should express rationally that you did put in effort and feel hurt by what he said. OP responds, I wore a knee-length white floral dress to go to dinner. He said before he wished that my style was classier, which I tried for this dinner, but never said specifically that he doesn't like what I wear. And in that instance, I say, okay, go buy me something then. Go buy me something that's classy.
Honestly, is it just me being like a good boyfriend? I know when my girlfriend buys new clothes, I kind of have an idea what's in her closet. If I wanted her to wear something like, oh, hey, could you wear XYZ thing, or sort of the vibe of XYZ thing? How did the miscommunication of this happen? And why does he not know that this is her nicest dress?
Yeah, that, and then also just completely insulting. Like, not even saying like, hey, let's go on a shopping spree. Like, if he didn't like what she was wearing before, if you didn't like what she had in her closet and you wanted her to wear something nice, then you should have went on a shopping spree to be like, hey, let's go pick something out. Like, you know, instead, you just insult her.
Hot take. I bet this is the type of guy that if he buys jewelry for his girlfriend, it's only in a heart shape.
What does that even mean?
A lot of guys, I don't think a lot of girls like jewelry that is in a heart shape.
I don't care. I like stars.
Stars, but it's if all your jewelry is just hearts, you're probably not going to be inclined day to day to wear that. Is that right, ladies? Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Whenever I buy Angie something, if it's cute and in a heart, I'll get it. But I'm kind of looking for like triangles. She likes snakes. I'm looking for like other things that are like matching her day to day style.
Yeah, which is good.
What kind of triangle?
Oh my God, not a right angle, and equilateral acute triangle is what I'm really looking for.
Equilateral acute triangle.
45, 45, 45.
Double it.
Comment number 3 says, it means that he has no idea about the time it takes to get ready and doesn't appreciate your normal efforts, which sucks to hear. Is this kind of fight about other topics normal from your experience? If not, could it have been a bad case of nerves about the proposal that came out in an unfortunate way? Society puts a lot of pressure on people to make proposals perfect and unique and so on. OP responds, this isn't normal for us. When we were younger and more hot-headed, then sure, but we've worked so hard on communication and expectations that I'm not sure what I've done wrong here. OP clarifies the timeline of the night when she left to go to her parents before dinner. I walked out of the hotel and drove to my parents' house. Dinner was booked for 7 p.m. and we were leaving at 5 to go to drinks in the city first, which is when I left. My fault, though, I didn't specify the times when I posted. This all happened yesterday.
Oh, dude, okay, my theory now is that he's doing the thing where he's like trying to make her feel so bad so that then he's going to be like, surprise, a proposal. You thought it was going to be a really bad day, but it's a great day now, right? And that's really, really stupid.
I thought we were having a nice day.
No.
That could be a tactic. Let me write that down too.
Oh my, this guy's getting jokes. OP on why she and Tom were spending a weekend away at the hotel. OP says it was a staycation. We were 30 minutes from home staying in the city. Again, sorry I forgot to mention in my original post. Update 3 days later.
Do they stay together? Do-da, do-da.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like they would.
Dakota?
No.
Wow.
Why, what do you think?
I think yes. She mentioned they were hot-headed before, and they worked on their expectations and communication. I think they're going to talk it through. I don't think it's like we're done. That's just a one blow-away comment. She already has expectations in her head. She has high emotions. He has expectations for the day. He has high emotions. He just miscommunicated. She took it probably wrong. If he can come back and bring this together, it's all on him.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't do it, it's better to split a frog hair 3 ways than to stay married to him.
A frog hair?
3 ways.
Frogs don't have hair.
Exactly. That's how rare it is.
Oh.
You have to find the frog hair and then split it 3 ways.
Wow. There's an update 3 days later. I ended up speaking to my boyfriend the day after everything went wrong, and I went to sleep at my parents' house. Basically, he apologized for everything, he said, and that he was incredibly stressed over proposing and everything bubbled to the surface. Whatever. I don't take that as an excuse.
He was sincere.
Nope. I wouldn't. I'd be like, so why did you think that insulting me would help the situation? Let's let's deep dive into that.
Computer, what was the word-for-word transcript of what he actually said?
Yeah.
Do we know? He said just wear something a bit classier. He didn't call her ugly. Computer.
No, but he
That is not what he's... That is dude. If I slick my hair back, me and him are twins.
Look at that.
What he did say word for word was wear something a bit more classier. Is that right? Is that right? Can I see that?
Yeah, I think he was saying, he's like, make sure you don't wear anything slobbish like you normally do.
He say slobbish. I'm not defending this guy. I just want to get the word for word transcript.
He asked can you actually look nice for once because tonight is special?
Okay. All right. This is a bit of a pit to get out of. Can you actually look nice for once?
Can you actually look nice for once because tonight's special?
Okay.
I would have flipped.
Okay.
I would have been like, oh, okay.
Okay. So from that, I think it's going to be a little harder. If he's sincere, he can probably still come back. But yeah. Okay. So.
I don't know. I wouldn't take that as an apology. I'd be like, yeah, no. I told him this wasn't good enough, and while I appreciated him apologizing, I didn't accept it, and I felt I deserved better than that. Yeah, girl. To paraphrase a very long conversation, the proposal is off the table for now.
Oh.
I'd also do that.
Yeah, no, that's probably better than like just breaking out, just being like, yeah, no, we're gonna put that on pause until this washes away.
She was in a nice floral dress. He had jeans on.
She was in a nice floral dress.
Yeah, jeans doesn't cut it. Were they even baggy?
They
They're
were
probably
black
tight.
jeans.
Yeah.
You still wear jeans.
Or would it be
So-
Blaine's?
When I worked at the dinner theater, there was a dress code. We were not allowed to wear jeans of any kind. No khakis, no like black,
couldn't go to
blue,
work.
whatever. Well, I always wear jeans now because I love jeans. But like, I would always wear a dress. I would wear,
So-
tights or something. Like, there's other options.
But question. How many nice compliments does he need to give now in order to get rid of that one bad compliment to get engaged?
Every single time I wear something, tell me how cute it looks. Or just, when I'm getting ready, just come behind me and be like, your hair looks really nice today.
But how many? Quantity? What is the quantitative number?
Endless.
No. We need. There's realistically, Dakota, back me up here. There's realistically a number that he has to reach for the engagement to go on.
I would say
a number of
7.
compliments?
I would
Yes.
say 7 compliments, but you have to spread them out.
Just 7?
No,
Just 7.
No, because what I'm saying is like if you give me a compliment and then like an hour later you're going to give me another compliment. An hour later you're going to give me and then I'd be like, "Okay, you're annoying." But if you spread them out,
Okay. Well timed. These compliments need to be well
so
timed.
like one a day.
How
nice.
many does he need to get out of this hole?
Bro, I don't know, like infinite, dude.
That's
Also,
what I
I
said.
found this guy.
That's what he looked.
That's just what he wore. And he's like, babe, look, just find something nice.
Or some hot.
That was the first image result for basic LA guy outfit.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And he lives in Brentwood,
That looks more Northridge.
Northridge.
That's
Okay,
not LA.
guys, give me a number. Give me a freaking number of what it is. I think he needs to do at least 260. Well timed.
Like genuinely, like there is no number. Like
There isn't a number, but if we were going to give it a number.
No. He needs to give endless good compliments. But what I'm saying, there is a number for her to reach an engagement. Like, okay, the engagement is going to happen. And I'm just wondering what
like
that number
over
is.
time?
Over time. Yeah. That's what I've.
You got to do 1,000 compliments in a year.
Okay. There we go.
It's like 3
Yeah.
a day. It's like if you do
Fair.
more than that, then it's like I know
then you
why
don't-
you're complimenting
We
me.
need
Exactly.
it. You need to be well timed. Time needs to pass, and they also need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 1,000, 3 per day. I like that.
But neither of us are prepared to throw away a 6-year relationship over this. For more context, we met at a rave and do continue to go to raves as it's something we enjoy to do together, which is why I normally dress like we're going clubbing. I feel like posting on Reddit opened my eyes to a side of our relationship that I had tried to close off. While I do love him, there are things in our relationship that I'm not happy with, and things that he's not happy with either that we have both compromised on that we're not sure are compatible in the long term. Uh-oh. I'm going to stay at my parents' for a while he goes back to the house that we own together, and we are spending time apart, but also apart trying to rebuild what we have. I have shown him the Reddit post that I made, and he agreed that his comments weren't about the dress, but about the moment. Because he had a specific image in his mind and you didn't match it, and you don't read his mind, and so then he insults you. Not a man.
Does it really matter?
Yeah.
If you were to actually marry someone, Just make it happen. I feel like I could give Angie like a paper ring, but she'd probably still say no. Maybe I can't do that.
Don't give Angie a paper ring.
Don't give her paper.
I'm not going to.
She'd be like, okay.
What I'm trying to say is if someone is that important to ask, hey, will you marry me? It doesn't matter what they look like.
Exactly, but he made it a big deal on what she looked like.
So there is a lot under the rug, a lot
Yeah.
of dirt. Anyway, sorry.
That's what I'm saying. We are both committed to each other and this relationship, wherever that leads, but with new expectations and reservations towards each other. There are things we both could have done differently, which we acknowledge, and at this point, I'm just trying to see what the future looks like for us, if romantically or not. There are some relevant top comments. OP was advised to look up sunk cost fallacy and have tough conversations with Tom on kids, religion, etc.
I knew it.
I don't know what that is.
So the sunk cost fallacy is this concept of, let's say you and I have been dating for 5 years. I go and cheat on you. You're in your mind, you're like, oh, we've been together for 5 years.
Oh.
I think we can still stay together because I've already put so much time into it. When in return, the investment is probably going to be more damaging in the long term. But it's like, I've already put so much effort into it. I need to stick with it.
That's how I feel. That's, yeah.
With
My
her
sister-
saying that, we're not going to throw away a 6-year relationship over this comment.
Yeah. And it's like, well, how long has it been like this? You know, you think it's good until like there's a moment and I don't think your bone is down there, but I'm so deep already. Can't stop now.
Yeah, that's.
And then he did. Why won't it's not?
And then
I think you need to adjust some
Later
things.
he
The
keeps
alt thing. There you
digging.
go. Now you can make it bigger.
See, he dug a big old hole.
Are you pressing 9?
And yeah, I am.
Dang it! I had another one for that.
And
Okay,
the bones over there. I don't know.
I'll
Never
fix that
mind.
later. I'll fix that later.
I see it.
Everybody ignore that.
No, that's a great illustration of what sunk cost fallacy is. Yeah.
OP responds, I just looked up sunk cost fallacy and it has given me a lot to think about. We'll definitely be having the hard conversation soon and we'll keep this in mind. Commenter 1 says, do you feel like he really gets what hurt you or is he just sorry it went sideways? Boom! That's what I was thinking. OP responds, both maybe? At the moment, I'm honestly not sure which is more true. I know that he's sorry for hurting me, but without speaking about it more, I can't know of why. There's a second update 8 months later.
It's off. They're done for.
They're having a baby.
I feel like they're done.
I agree. Type 1 if you think they're done. Type 2 if they worked it out. The thing, though, that gives me a slight of hope is that they used to be hot-headed. They've talked about the communication styles, and they've worked already through that stuff. There is potential of them sticking with it. But who knows? Who knows? 6 years. Yikes.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's how it happens. It sucks. Update 2, nearly 8 months later from the first update. So I broke up with my boyfriend of 6 years, Tom, after all this happened because you all gave me the reality check I needed to leave him after this whole crap show unfolded.
Oh, yeah.
Damn!
Yeah. There we go. After he said that comment, when are you coming back? When are we going to do this again?
Yeah.
Dang, what else was under this rug? Ooh, do tell.
We went no contact, and it was the hardest thing I've ever experienced in figuring out how to live without being with him. Don't worry, I had the cats. And I truly only made it through with the support of friends and family showing up in ways that I never imagined. I've never been so broken, but so loved at the same time. 3 months post-breakup, I got a call from his mother that he had been taken to the hospital by ambulance 2 days prior after having a seizure at work, and he was asking for me. No.
Is this a lie?
No. If
We're about to find out.
if someone contacted me about my ex that I haven't spoken to in
3 months.
a while, in 3 months, but I'm putting it in my situation. But I'll say 3 months. Okay. If someone contacted me and was like, "Oh, Savannah, like, you know, blah blah blah's in the hospital," I'd be like, "Okay." And he was asking for me. I'd be like, "What does he want?"
That's tricky. This is someone you lived life with for 6 months, 6
I would want to
years.
see what he wants.
6 years, and they're calling for you. It's all up to how you feel about it. Me, I might go because if it's serious and they might die, I might go. It depends on the ex. Depends on how it ended. I don't know. What did you do? You would say no. Dakota would probably say.
No, I would say what does he want? What does he?
What does he need? Yeah.
I would say that.
Tom,
and
when
then,
he was at work.
I'd probably say no to my ex. But if my girlfriend was my ex,
Help! Give me my wife. Help! Give me my wife. I need my wife.
I let her know I appreciated the update, but I was living 3 hours away from where they were and wouldn't be dropping everything to see him right now. But that I hoped he was okay. Yeah, like I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go across the freaking country.
3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not across the
Well,
country.
no, I'm saying in my situation because he lives in Ohio.
This
so
is her situation.
I know, but I'm putting it in my situation. Like, if
Oh,
this were
so
to
you
happen
can connect
me,
to it? Got it.
Yes, I have to.
I see.
Or else I don't get it. She then told me he had a benign tumor in his frontal lobe, which was discovered after he was brought in, which was being removed in emergency surgery, and that I should be there for him.
No, it's a tumor
No
story.
way. Oh my god!
No! That's why I wasn't thinking straight. Dakota, how many times have we read about tumors and it just like absolutely wrecks relationships?
I mean, that's the one. We're always like, was it a tumor? Is that why he started acting like a complete jerkwad? Like,
I didn't think that because there was already some stuff in the past. Because usually tumors, they change like that on a dime, and that's what I guess so, because they've already worked through things like this together. And then he just said something out of the blue
yeah,
like
dude.
that.
I was at 0% tumor. That's crazy.
Oh, that tumor out of nowhere
from the top rope.
do you understand why this is like crazy?
Because like tumors can like, push on parts of your brain, then you don't act like yourself. And
Exactly.
whatever.
The amount of stories we've read. What?
I don't know.
The amount-
it's an excuse, but
No, Savannah. Let me tell you. The amount of story, you haven't been around here long enough. The amount of stories we read over the 2.5 years of like intensely reading recently, the amount of tumor stories there are where like husbands are these great, awesome people, and then they get a tumor and they just become evil, super mean, and like just wicked. And it's like, what happened to him? Like this one guy wanted to like get rid of all of his babies that he had. And it was because he had a tumor in his head, and it was the size of a golf ball, and he died 2 weeks after that.
Yeah.
It's crazy what a tumor will do to you. Oh, you got it. You just got to select the right source. So frontal lobe tumors frequently cause subtle to severe challenges in personality, behavior. Oh, you're reading that same thing?
I got it pulled up. Frontal lobe tumors frequently alter personality, behavior, and executive functions because this area of the brain regulates emotional control, restraint, and motivation. Loved ones may notice sudden shifts like extreme apathy, total lack of impulse control, or uncharacteristic aggression. Which I think, telling your partner of 6 years to finally look good for once is a form of aggression.
Yeah. And what was that other thing? Wait. There was like the third symptom you said?
What, executive?
Lack of impulse. Lack of impulse. Impulse control?
Yeah.
Now, Savannah, if you do get in a case where someone's like, I have a tumor in my head, ask them for medical information. Don't just believe it out of the way.
well, yeah.
Show me your medical records, please.
Yeah.
But this does change the whole aspect of the story.
I don't know. I kind of agree with Stella. Like, it sucks for him, but I'm not volunteering to suffer.
Nah, he's good. They're getting back together for sure. He's getting that tumor
So that's
plucked out of
another
his head.
point. I'm not volunteering. Oh, sorry, Dakota. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, I was just saying he's going to get that thing plucked right out of his brain, and they're getting back together.
Yeah. Now, this is a thing. It's the difference between a girlfriend and a wife is, do you stay together with this? If you're a girlfriend, yeah, no worries. But if you're like a wife, you're already married. This is like in sickness and in health. This is like one of those aspects.
Okay, wait. This is like actually, because my ex did have, like, before we broke up, he had this bump on his head, like on his forehead, and he like did not know what it was. And,
That's
like,
not a brain tumor.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's not?
No, brain tumors show up on the inside.
You don't see the brain tumor
Okay,
on
you
the
don't like see
outside.
it. Okay, cool. Because
comes
I
out
was
of
like, he
nowhere.
had this like bump. I didn't know what it was.
Because you got your brain is in your skull.
Yes, I know. But like,
It doesn't pierce. It won't go through
won't
your
see it.
brain skull. No,
okay,
no, no.
good. So then I can't blame that. Good. I
that
was
what
like,
you
I
were worried
can't
about?
like completely.
This is
rethink.
not a sign for you to get back together with your
I
ex.
don't want to. That's why you guys are like,
No, it's not us. It's where your mind goes. It's not us.
whatever. I told her no. On December 17th, Tom turned up to my house. I was living with my family and was refusing to leave until I saw him. I went out the front and he explained that he wasn't himself in July and that the tumor had been affecting his decision-making / emotional regulation and to please just give him a chance. So we went to dinner for that night and I fell in love with him all over again. Ah!
Savannah, you're gonna catch a lot of flack on this story if you don't see where this is coming from. I'm promising you, you will if you don't see if you do not understand this angle.
This guys,
I'm being dead ass for real.
Okay, but I'm trying to, but I just like,
Savannah
Now-
right now.
it's not a tumor.
Savannah, the tumor aspect does change people in a very different way. And I understand what you're feeling, and it could be like a manipulation tactic, but I don't think this guy's coming from a manipulating thing. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I would like to see medical records before I do it. Awesome Ashley
His
says
mom
I told
gave him
to
that
leave.
tumor.
Well, DNA. I told him to leave. Yeah, fall back in love. All right, I wonder what happens. This might not be forever.
He was exactly the man I had loved all these years, and there was no hint of the man who belittled me over a $300 dress while he wore a $40 button-up and jeans. But that one night didn't change everything for me.
Okay, great.
We still weren't together, but now we weren't no contact. We started texting and then calling almost daily, and it was like nothing had happened when we spoke. He had kept asking me to come home to him, and I said no every time. Almost. I went home to him on February 6th under the guise of getting the last of my things and to say goodbye to the house I called home for so long. But a few days being back home, I realized I didn't want to leave and that I wanted to try again. I stayed there for the weekend, and on the 8th, when I went to leave, I kissed him and then some. And then
Is that
some.
an eggplant emoji?
We started dating again, and everything has been wonderful. His health is going well, and he is exactly the man I knew before. He tells me I'm the most beautiful woman when I'm in my sweats on the couch. He packs me lunch for work. He takes me out to dinner just to show the world how lucky he is. He's the love of my life, and last weekend I officially moved back into our house. Last night he took me to our old favorite Italian restaurant and asked me if I would marry him. I said yes.
Whoa! All right. We are back on, and Savannah hates this.
I just don't yes, I understand it's an excuse, but that is just
It's not even
I
an
know
excuse.
it's scientifically proven, whatever.
It's not an excuse though. This is like, Savannah, I needed to drive you to the airport. My leg got chopped off, and I couldn't. Both of them, and I could not drive you to the airport.
Peg leg.
And then over time, I got a peg leg, and then I was able to drive you to the airport. This is the same scenario.
They were just backed up at the peg leg factory. I couldn't get my order in time.
I just
couldn't get in time for you to go to the airport. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, dang. Some people are still. We are splitting the comments right now.
I'm trying to I feel like I give people chances time after time after time after time. And I understand that this is a medical thing and whatnot. I wouldn't be able to trust that person because I'd be like, I don't know when this started happening and how long you felt this way and when this happened and all that. And I couldn't get that out of my mind. Me personally, I would have to, I don't think I could do it.
You personally, you'd be like, when's the next tumor?
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't trust it. I would be manipulated.
Savannah. Okay. I will say this. I understand. Okay. Let's get to the end of the story and I'll go my soapbox.
All right. I was wearing dirty jeans and a sweater, and he was in his sweats and a t-shirt. It was perfect.
Deans.
So basically, love is real, and I'm getting married. Sorry, Reddit. I know this probably isn't the update you wanted, but we're happy now, and hopefully this is my last update. Love you all. There are some relevant comments. Can OP verify if Tom has a scar from the brain tumor surgery, and if the tumor was changing his personality?
Yep. There we go.
OP responds, he absolutely does. And I've seen the photos from post-off, but I never got confirmation about the personality changes. I definitely don't think he's faking the tumor, but maybe I'll ask to see the medical reports just for peace of mind. I don't think he would have a problem with showing me either. Commenter number 2 says, OP, it's not a good sign that a bunch of random Reddit folks can so easily sway you and make you do things. You have no idea who these people are, and I'm a little worried that you, 1, broke up with your boyfriend of 6 years because internet people persuaded you to do it, and 2, are seriously considering breaching his trust because random internet people are persuading you to do it. There are a lot of basement dwellers who like drama. If he has the scars, you can trust his story. But more importantly, you need to fix this people-pleasing tendency I'm sensing. It's not conducive to a happy life.
I disagree with this so much, and I'll get to that. I have my thought about that.
OP responds, I hated reading this earlier, but honestly, you're 100% right.
Oh, you're letting internet people persuade you, dude.
You're doing it again.
I think the breakup was completely Reddit, but definitely did persuade me. I believe in him and us, but the crash out from random people shouldn't have happened yesterday. There's some additional information.
I have about that comment. So with that, I feel like it was the right decision for her to leave at that time. Because 1, they were just boyfriend, girlfriend. And 2, she didn't know what she was up against. Now, if she was a wife and she left, that would be a different story. But she's in girlfriend territory. She's not at that level of commitment. She's just I didn't feel safe. I don't know what was happening. Looking at all the things happening before, it felt right to give distance. I think she was totally valid in that point of view.
To make it simple, he was mean to her. She said, no, I won't tolerate this. And then we found out, oh, there's a tumor. There's a
Yeah, turns out mean because tumor on my frontal lobe.
Yes, I believe in him and us, but the crash out from random people shouldn't have happened yesterday. Additional information from OP after reading comments about Tom's tumor and personality changes. OP responds, I'm not updating the post right now, but immediately I feel dumb and I need to talk to him and his doctor ASAP. Update number 3.
Oh.
I ended up flat out asking my fiance to see
Wait.
his...
Time out before we get to this. Also, can we remove Tom for a second?
Oh, okay.
It just whenever it goes like from reading scene to her, it looks a little off, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyways, so number 1, I think the biggest thing you need to do is to confirm with the medical records. Number 2, I think talking to a doctor that removed it, or just like him actually answering the symptoms of this, is like really big. Because if you don't have that confirmation, then he could be just playing it and spinning it. I think that you and I both agree that that's the first step we need to take.
Yeah.
And then
I
from
agree.
there, you can assess if you can stay back together with him or not.
I disagree with that.
You don't think you need to talk to a doctor and
No.
with him?
He's got the scar on his skull.
With
It's
Savannah,
like, come on.
so Savannah feels something in her gut where she doesn't trust this. Am I sensing this correctly?
I just...
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So since she doesn't feel safe about it, I mean, I'm not saying that you're marrying him or anything, but it would be good to confirm with someone professionally so that it can ease your mind before making another decision. That's what I think if Savannah feels this way.
Yeah, I guess I would understand, but if I was that guy, I would never let her forget. Be like, remember when I had a tumor and you saw the scar on my head and you still were like, let me see your medical records. You're such a little detective.
This is a form of manipulation, and if there's been patterns of it, I don't know if she's recognized it or like identified them, but this could be a form of manipulation though.
No.
Exactly. So
No
what
way.
happens when he just, maybe it wasn't a tumor or whatever. Maybe he just, got a scar doing something else, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, like it was just pressing on my brain and maybe. And then you ask the medical records, they're like, oh no, that was just like something else that we did. It has no, it wouldn't affect personality or.
So he got his
whatever.
mom to lie to?
Probably, dude. Some people are crazy. Chaos couldn't trust but verify. The lawyer princess, if you're a lawyer, what are your thoughts on this? Yeah.
I just don't.
Tumors can cause a complete uncontrollable personality change. People are brought into emergency room with this sign, and it's almost certain. Some people do not get rid of this tumor in time, and they pass away also. So I feel like this update 3 will give us clarity on this, if this was actually true or not.
Okay.
Because about to
3.
put his money where his mouth is.
No, it's just one of those things of like, I'd be like, damn, really? Like, if you're at a place where you can't even trust that he really had a tumor and that the scar, like,
Dude,
I don't think you should be with a guy that you can't even trust that. Like,
Dakota,
that's crazy.
She got at a place where she had to move away from him 3 hours away and separate for a bit.
Yeah, because he was like a ruthless a-hole the day he was going to propose. And then it was like, yeah, wait, no, I shouldn't accept this. This is crazy.
But for like layers of trust, you need confirmation on what if he's saying is right or manipulative.
I think if the behavior was worse, I would understand. Like if he like sold your car and like sold your dog or something, like I'd be like, okay, yeah, I need to make sure that you're not actually just insane. But like it was like he was really rude.
I still think you need a doctor's confirmation on this.
I see. The thing is, I would want a doctor's confirmation, but then I would still think, is he with the doctor on this? Are they just?
Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying, I've been manipulated many times. It's like past trauma, and I just don't trust anyone. I feel like everyone's freaking lying to me, and then I have to be nice, and then I have to be the bad guy.
I'm really sorry, Savannah.
Make me cry.
I'm sorry. I really am. I do want to take a moment and just say I'm really sorry that happened to you, and
Fine.
that you honestly deserve way better, and you were a funny, beautiful, and really glad that you're on the show, and I'm glad that I get to see you every day. One of the things I absolutely love about Savannah is that whenever I see her, she smiles at me in the morning, and I don't want to talk or smile at anyone, but she puts that effort forth, and I'm like, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that.
Say it louder.
You're welcome.
It didn't get caught on the mic. That's all.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Savannah, and I'm really sorry that happened.
It's fine.
If it balances it out, I'm not that sorry that happened.
It's just, you think someone's your true love, and then they're not. And then you're like, your mind goes places and you
Yeah.
don't know.
We should really put those guys have a special place in hell.
Update 3. I ended up flat out asking my fiance to see his scans and all medical docs he has under the guise of concern for our future, and he showed me everything. I asked him if he ever confirmed any personality changes with his surgeon and doctor, and there was no medical confirmation or notes. But he asked if it was possible at one of his follow-up appointments and was told it was possible but not confirmable.
Yeah, they would have had to brain scan him while he had the tumor.
Interesting. So there wasn't like medical confirmation of him being a bad person. Okay. Now I would really want to talk to a doctor at this point.
I mean, I think there's like literally no, like you can just be like, okay, it was a tumor. That's why the personality changed. And then you date him again. And if it ever happens again, you can just go, all right, it wasn't the tumor. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know about getting married this soon. I would want to date for, how long would you want to date for? It seemed like they've been dating for like 5 months though.
No, they said like 6 years.
Well, they were dating for
yeah.
6 years, break for 3 months, back on for 5 months.
I don't know how long they've been. Wait, did it say
Dating
5
again?
months?
Well, they said an 8 month. So earlier it was like 8 month update. And then
Oh,
they were
yeah.
dating. They were off for 3 months. She moved back. And then it sounded like they were dating for like 5 months.
Yeah.
I would say like 6 to a year, honestly. Like,
Now I'd be thinking.
By the way, I'm thinking you should listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. Should I just get into it?
Sure.
All right. He has another follow-up in 2 weeks, which I'll be going with him to ask all the questions I now have.
Thank God.
And more importantly, what to look for in the future to tell if any tumor is returning or generally anything to look out for. I think I'm done with posting on Reddit forever now, but don't quote me on that because I love outside opinions that aren't just mine/his friends. The brutal honesty helps and hurts at the same time. We're still engaged, still in love, still cat parents, and we'll probably be getting married eventually. Oh, and there is the cat tax at the end.
Amazing. Can we see if there is another update? Because I need to know what the doctors say to you. A part of me would still be on the fence if there was no notes about his personality actually being changes. It probably would have gotten to that point, and then this is where you have to actually have that trust in the relationship. So, yikes. True, Dakota. The changes would show activity change in the area progressively through a scan, so there would be multiple. Awesome Ashley is still on the train of don't get married, and Ronnie Q says, man, start over. Katie Politan, the doctors could probably you where they found the tumor and give you an educated guess as to what the tumor could have affected. So it could have affected, but then it's like you still have to have faith that it was the tumor, not him. There's still that amount of trust you have to have in the relationship.
there is no further update. Most recent update was 3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months. Yeah. I mean, running Q, it is hard because it's like you want to trust them, but then you also like don't know, like,
Yeah.
you know, what else have they been hiding or something? Like, it's just, I don't know. At least like in my own experiences, you just like, I don't know, you don't know what's real and what's not, and then you think everything's your fault, and you're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
And then you just like, I don't know, you don't know. So
Yeah. I mean, if your gut's telling you no, don't do it because you don't have the hardcore evidence of this was actually
Yeah.
the tumor, because there was a tumor, but nothing medically said it was. So that's up to you. That's up to you. That is your journey, and that's what you got to do. I confessed something to my fiance. He didn't handle it well.
yeah, well, who would?
I'm 25 female and my fiance is 25 male. We have been together for 4 years. My fiance is religious and I'm not. Despite that, he and his family has accepted me. At first, his mom was against me and against dating itself, but eventually she accepted me and we've had a close mother and daughter-like bond. Our families accept each other and we got engaged 4 months ago. Me and my fiance didn't have spicy sleep yet. He always wanted to wait till we get married. Christian. He still thinks that I am a virgin. I lied to him and told him that I was, but the truth is I am not. I had a boyfriend before my fiance, but he just used me for spicy sleep and dumped me. I was serious with X, but now I feel guilty for lying to him. He's possibly the sweetest and most caring man I have ever seen, and I don't want to lose him. I feel like if I told my fiance the truth, there would be a change and he might leave. By the way, this comes from FitWile52, and if you want to speak your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Riley.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
And we're going to read this story and read it goofily and give advice goofily. If you have anything you want to add, please add it down below. OP says, I know he might not take it well because he loves me as well, but I still fear he might and I don't want to lose him, but I feel guilty for lying to him. This lie is eating me from the inside. So am I the a-hole for lying to him, or would I be the a-hole if I didn't tell him the truth? My best friend knows the truth, and she says there's nothing wrong with lying to him as long as it's not a big deal, but I feel guilty. Updates. I have some things to say. Let me paint the picture for you.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, as a Christian, one of the biggest things about following the faith is your sexual purity. And what that looks like is having no spicy sleep, or like basically that if you are intimate with someone in that way, you are spiritually bond, or like you have spiritual connections with one another. And what you want to do is save that for a very special person, because your body's a temple and you want to be connected with your own flesh. And then that would be your wife. Now, I'm kind of scrutinizing a little bit, but basically it's like a really big thing to just be with you, like, you know, you and your partner. Yeah. That's like a really big thing in our community. So the fact that he wants to wait shows how important it is to him. And the fact that you lied about this thing.
I mean, so would that change things then? Like, so.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
So then if like you're going by true faith, like you both have to be virgins in order to like be good Christian. Is that like.
It's sort of like what to strive for. The way I look at it is we're not perfect. We're all not perfect, but we want to strive to have a close relationship with Jesus. And if Jesus is like, hey, you need to work on this thing, and he puts that in your heart, then that's your journey and you need to work on that thing. There's like a whole list of things you shouldn't do this. But whenever Jesus came, he was more like, everyone's plan's different, and this is what I want to work with you on or be with. But in a church, in a Christian community, this is a very important thing.
So if this were your case, would you break up with them then?
Yes.
Really? You'd be like, you lied to me this entire time, and now they've been together for 4 years. 4 years, they're engaged.
I know people that will not even kiss until they're married.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think you should lie.
Yeah,
I think you should lie because he gets to have his purity and you're not religious, so you can just be whatever. But
I disagree.
the guilt will probably eat you alive from the inside out, and you'll tell him in 3 years, and then he'll break up with you anyway.
If this is something that's eating you alive from the inside, it just shows how important it is to the relationship.
Yeah, it does. For him, it would be like very important, and I feel like if that was something that I really wanted, and you straight up lied to me, and you've been lying to me this entire time, it is a big reveal, and to be like, oh, you're not the person who I thought you were.
Exactly.
You know, but does that diminish every single thing in your relationship now? Now that you know this information, now it doesn't matter. Anything else that we went through doesn't matter, because now that is what I define you as.
It's what? No, I don't think it defines you as someone. Like, anyone can come back and be fine. Like, you know, sorry, I must have not heard that right. Sorry, one more time.
Like, so saying that you have now learned this fact. She comes to you and she's like, "Hey, technically, I've been around the block." And then he's like,
not even. It's like one person.
Yeah, just one person. Just be like, "Okay, so I didn't tell you because I was afraid, and I feel like going into this marriage, I want to start off on a clean slate. I have been like keeping the secret. I'm going to tell you, blah blah blah." Tells you, and then she's like, "I feel really bad, whatever." But
yeah.
I knew that this was a really good thing, and I wanted to get this off my chest. What do you think?
Yeah, see, there's layers to that because they're engaged now. This happened whenever they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and he knew earlier, probably could turn around. But the fact that like the wedding day is coming soon and they're planning this stuff, and she now reveals it, that adds another level of complexity. But this is something like if it was a brother in Christ and he came to me and he told me this, I'd be like, you got to pray with God and see how you feel about it, because he might be like, yes, I can continue with it, or no, I'm not. I know couples that are Christian where a partner has cheated and they've decided to stay together, even though they have every right in the book to leave, and it's also biblical that if someone's unfaithful to you, you can leave. They still stay together because they think that the relationship is more than just themselves. They can them being together will result in more, I guess, good than them being apart. And they like came to that conclusion. They prayed about it, and then they were like, we're going to stick together. In this case, he's going to have to pray about it and think about it. But honestly, he's probably going to break up. I think that because of how religious his parents are and how religious he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to want to pray about it and sit with it.
Yeah.
So let's find out, shall we? Put your bets down right now. I'm the best expert to talk about this with.
Okay, Billy Time says, didn't go around the block, just in and out of the driveway a few times.
Yeah, right. Okay, update. First of all, please do not insult my soon-to-be husband. He's the best I could ever hope for as a husband. He's religious, but he's never imposed his belief on me. I understand that I effed up by lying to him for 5 years.
No, now it's 5.
And I shouldn't have, but I did, and I was guilty, so I came clean to him. 5 years? You know this guy, okay, not going to say this, but like, this guy's probably a really great gentleman because you guys haven't had spicy sleep for 5 years.
This guy's probably a great gentleman.
Like this is how important this thing is to him.
That's such a funny way to put that.
Yeah, am I wrong?
That's why it's so funny. You're not wrong. Like,
This is what a gentleman does.
like it also like it could be like a yeah, no, you're right. That's funny. A consummate gentleman.
I also understand that he was her and he thought that I was a virgin as well as he is, but I betrayed him. And it's not his fault, but mine. I also do not care if the spicy sleep with him is good or not. I just want him. Today in the morning, he called me and said that he wants to talk to me. He said it's better if we talk instead of just getting angry and ignoring each other. I sent him text ever since he asked me. Wait, so you already told him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
She said she confessed.
Okay.
Oh.
I sent him text ever since. He asked me to give him some time to think every few hours about how sorry I was for lying to him and asked for his forgiveness. And he himself came to talk to me. He asked me why I lied to him. And I told him the truth. I told him that I love him very much and I didn't want to lose him. And I regret having spicy sleep with my ex. My lovely soon-to-be husband said that he wouldn't break off the engagement and would still marry me, but I shouldn't have lied. And it's too late for him to break off the engagement because he loves me just as much as I do, and our families will question us. I immediately hugged him. Okay, so he prayed about it, he thought about it, and he came to the decision that he wants to stay.
But
totally up to him.
yes, yeah.
That's
I don't know. His reasoning was like, well, I don't want to tell everyone, so let's just keep going with what we do. There was also the love aspect.
Yeah, it's how do I explain this? Lord help me. Whenever Mary got pregnant,
Yeah.
Joseph was engaged to her.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Joseph
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that she was with
He's
child,
like, whoa.
instead of and Joseph had every right to do this in his culture. He could have been like, "You wronged me," and then she could have got stoned and died. But what he did instead was he brought her aside and was like, "Hey, I see that you're with child. I know I haven't slept with you, or we're gonna break it off." So then he that is something he could have done, and I think he did do that, or he was about to do that. But an angel came and was like, "Yo, dude, let me explain to you the situation." And then he was like, "Oh, okay, great. I will trust in you, Lord." So that's probably like the route he would take, is like break it off silently and then not really talk about it. But this is a little weird. I will agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons. Okay. Sorry, everyone. This became a Bible Sunday
study.
school. What hurt me the most in his questions? He asked me if I liked being with my ex and if I enjoyed it. And I do miss him and I would be able to enjoy it with him. And the worst was that he asked me, did I go back to him or anyone else to be intimate? I started crying. He hugged me and he said he didn't mean to hurt me. He was just asking. I understood where he came from. I am his first woman. And I said he doesn't have to feel or think the way he is feeling. And I will help him understand how it all works. I was crying and I asked him if I could give him a kiss on the lips and he agreed. I gave him a kiss and I was still crying. He hugged me and said he will not leave me. He loves me too much to do so. I love him so much. I cannot wait to have spicy sleep with him for the first time. I will definitely be hurt in bed and expose him to see how the spicy sleep works and pleasure him so much that he will never even think about leaving me. He is mine and mine alone. He might be bad, but I will train him and I will make him understand that I love him way too much to leave and train him how the spicy sleep works. And he doesn't have to worry about me cheating on him.
That was that was crazy. She was like, oh yeah, like, you know, he believed me or everything. I will train him to become the best supreme gentleman on earth.
The most gentlemanly lover of all.
Yeah, it's like, what? Why'd she make it weird like that?
Get your leash and get your collar.
Oh my God. Dude, this girl is wild.
Put your portrait of Christ face down for a bit, babe.
Ronnie Q, this girl is not a church girl. She's just dating a church guy. This is not a church girl.
She literally went, we're
He's
gonna
winning.
figure out what you like and what I like in a very nice little gentlemanly manner.
He is getting what's coming to him.
I'm scared. He winning.
I did not like that. Yeah, he's winning. I did
He's
not
winning.
like that. You should have kept that to yourself. Do not.
I will pleasure him to the fullest. He will
leave
never
you.
want to look at any woman ever again.
I'm gonna pleasure him so good, he's gonna be like, damn, I should have done this 5 years ago. Jesus would have forgave me.
Oh, man. I am posting again to ask for advice and asking others if I'm going too far. And is my lovely soon-to-be husband being pressured because of me? Update 2, 9 days later. That was kind of cute. Okay, great.
No.
Exactly. My man, whole world about to get blessed. Yep, marriage doomed. Who thinks this is going to work? Who thinks it isn't? They're both 25, by the way. They're my age.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They are both 25.
It's gonna work. She's gonna make sure it's gonna work.
Yeah, I feel like now she's like, oh, well, I told him the big secret and he still accepted me. I'm going to go all out.
Yeah. He loved me too much to leave me. Yeah, because I guess he must think that, you're being unfaithful to him, but you guys weren't in the context of a relationship at that point. Yeah, I mean, up to him, but he's going to have a hard time.
He's going to have a hard time.
He's going to be hard all the time, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my, I did not expect that.
It's hard time.
Mama's home.
Time to get hard.
I woke up in the morning,
I like put it forward in the morning.
wake up thinking about microphone.
Hey, says he's going to throw her not being pure back in her face when he gets mad. I don't know if this guy is as gentlemanly as I think he is. He would not do that.
Yeah, no, and even if he did, she would just go like, and then he would be like, he'd go down. He'd go down on his knees like a dog.
He's got to brush his shotgun trigger. Brush the trigger. 9 days later. He didn't say anything for a while. I broke the silence and asked him to tell me what he's thinking. Would you not get married to me after knowing this? He said that he isn't breaking our engagement and is going to get married to me, but he needs time to get over it all. He said he never expected something like this. I said that is not a big deal and not worth ruining our lovely life over. It's gone and it happened years ago. See, this is another thing. This guy is young. He probably hasn't had the emotional maturity yet to understand or process these things yet. Like his emotional processing is probably slow right now and he needs time.
I feel like he very much now she, I feel like, is kind of making him feel bad. Like kind of manipulating him a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, that last sentence, she was like, are we still going to get married? He's like, yeah, but I need time. She's like, well, it's really not that big of a deal. This happened years ago. So
Oh.
I feel like she's
didn't think
kind
about
of,
that.
yeah, I
What were
feel
you
like
gonna say?
she's backpedaling.
Backpedaling? Dakota, what were you going to say?
I don't know. What got me was him being like, I never expected something like this. It's like, really, dude? Really? Really?
You know how many fellas
Really?
like this I know? This used to be my friend group, Dakota.
I know, but
I hung out every Sunday night with these guys.
wouldn't they still have I mean, I guess, yeah.
I used to be one of these guys, Dakota.
When you get told, I don't know, man. I agree with her though. It's like, it's not a big deal. In a vacuum, it's not a big deal. But when in the context of his spirituality, it is a big deal.
Yes.
But
and
it's a big deal for him.
It is
not for her.
But it needs to be.
He's like, is it a thing where you have to sleep with a virgin, or you're also in trouble?
No,
right?
it's just like you guys should both save yourselves for marriage. That's sort of the goal.
Because if you don't, lake of fire. But if she, I don't know. Honestly, I think any relationship with a huge disparity in religious belief is kind of set up to fail, because if they really are super convicted in their beliefs, that's a huge deal. And if you aren't, you're never going to see eye to eye on that. And in the context of really believing, it's you're basically oh yeah, well, I have my wife, but she's not religious, but I'm still going to make it my life's mission to save her immortal soul. So he probably will never stop trying to I feel like he's gonna he wants to wriggle that in there.
I don't know.
Because why wouldn't he? It's I want to save my wife. I want to go to heaven with my wife.
He
That's true. Would she not get into heaven now?
No, I'm not the type of guy to be who gets into heaven and who doesn't get to heaven. What I know is, from my understanding, is to get to heaven, you have to believe in Jesus and repent and follow Jesus and see what he has for your life. If she wants to do that, and this is how, and I relate a lot to this guy. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I relate a lot to this guy, and I'm about to get emotional like you did a little bit ago. But I relate a lot to this guy because I am religious. I have like a close relationship with Jesus, and my partner does not. But I do not in any way feel like I need to beat Angie with the head with the Bible and be like, oh, I
Yeah.
want you to be Christian. I want you to be Christian. Would it be nice? Yes. Would it be awesome? Absolutely. But my wish for her is just to have an encounter with it and just not even try it out. Just like, I don't know, be curious about it, see if it works. And if it doesn't, that's on her.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. And Dakota, you do have a good point. He might do that in the long term. This might be a way to just, this is my way of saving someone. I'm going to do it. It could be, but I don't think he would.
Yeah, because that's the thing that does it is the impulse to be like, Bible, bow. Like, but
it is.
yeah, it's not set in stone.
It takes everything in me not to bring a Bible that has every single one of your names in it and hit you on the head with it. Okay? It takes everything in my day not to bring that to work.
Takes everything I have to not hit you with the Bible.
It says no to ADHD right here, Dakota. See it? You see it?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry. All right. Anyways,
I think you concussed the Lord into me.
I see Jesus. He said, what will I say to my parents if they find out about this? I said they don't need to know and might ever not know. I hugged him and said in his ear, would he finally be willing to have spicy sleep with me? It's been 5 years almost. It's time we have spicy sleep for the first time. Without hesitation, he said no, he won't, not yet. He said he's still getting married to me, but he needs time.
She's
I'm not gonna lie.
manipulating.
I don't like that.
That was a absolutely wild attempt there to pivot. That's crazy.
See, that's why I'm saying she's kind of manipulating him, like being like, oh, I got him to say that I'm in the clear. Now let's do what I want. It's like, no. That's not why. He's still
He has a boundary.
he has a boundary. And now she's trying to be like, wait, let me just tiptoe up to that line.
I really think what she just tried, I think that will be the downfall of this.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take time and be like, nah, this is not it.
But the thing is, he isn't replying or acting the way he used to before I told him the truth 5 days ago. So when I couldn't find anything else, I called his cousin, who has become a good friend of mine over these years. I told her everything. We met, and she told me that she's not a virgin either, but hid it. She said that we both should go talk to him. So today we both met with him, and his cousin consoled him and said that it's not that big of a deal and it's all in the past. And she knows that my fiance is still hurt, but it's not worth breaking everything me and my fiance fought so hard for. He said that he is not breaking the engagement. His cousin said he shouldn't react the way he is reacting towards me. She said that to my fiance that we should finally have spicy sleep and enjoy life. Spicy sleep might deepen our love and help him get over what he is feeling. He said no, not until marriage. He promised me that we are getting married, but he will stick to his morals. Now I'm feeling so sad and broken that I can't even think straight. I'm so stressed. I know my fiance's promised me, and I know he still loves me. I trust him with my life, and so does he. He will never lie to me or hurt me. If he didn't want to get married to me, he would have just refused, but he didn't. But I can't see him like this. By the way, you can listen to more stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime. I want to hug him and kiss him and hurt him in the bed and enjoy the rest of my life with him.
Excuse me?
No! The wrong word. Why can't she get her words right?
I want to hurt him in the bed.
I love him so much. I want to hurt him in bed. I want him to feel the rain of hell on his bed.
What did Jesus...
Oh, dude.
They're going to break out the...
I want
What?
Satan himself to come down and lay with us in the bed.
Oh my God.
What was the thing that Jesus had to do? He had the flog, right?
He got
flo-
flogged.
Yeah. She's like, I'm bringing the flog.
That is, oh my, I don't.
You love Jesus so much. Let's...
I just
Oh my God, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
She's this.
now in her mind, I feel like this is like her way of making up for it. She's like, I feel really bad. I'm going to give him something that he's never experienced so that he doesn't have to think, like, so that he doesn't need to think about what I did. I want him to think about what we could have.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, don't
trying
think
to make
about
it
that. Yeah, she's trying to make it up, like trying to backpedal. Just,
He needs to get away and find a good girl at church. I don't know. That's up to him to find out. Maybe, perhaps. She sounds toxic in a bad way. This is nearly abusive. It is kind of weird how she is being about this point in their relationship.
And that might have also been like past trauma to her. Like maybe her past relationship, like, you know, she said in the past her ex used her in that way. Like
Yeah,
she would
that's
get
true.
used in that way. So
So-
now she's thinking, oh, in order to make up, I just have to do this to him and then everything's good.
Savannah, isn't it attractive whenever you have a partner and they have a strong moral grounding on something? Like they're kind of a leader on something? Isn't that
Well,
an
it
attractive
depends.
trait?
It depends what it is.
Well, something you guys share
If
mutually.
we agree on it, then yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, heck yeah, let's go to the ends of the world with it.
But like, if you are with someone and they have a strong moral boundary about things and they live their life that way, isn't that attractive? Like a good trait to have?
I mean, yeah, like leadership is very good. I think leadership is attractive, and how you can command a room by just walking in it. I think that's so attractive.
Yeah. I don't know why you would want to take that away from him, because this is one of the things in the relationship.
Yes.
And I mean, I know it would be with you, but like, this is something that's important to him. So,
Well, she fell in love with this version of him.
yeah. And
So
that would.
why is she trying to change it all of a sudden?
She says, if I could, I would like to rush the wedding, but how can I help him get over this? I consulted with my best friend, and she said if I had just kept my mouth shut, we would have both lived a great life. I did nothing but hurt him by telling him something he didn't need to know, and it didn't make any difference except strain a relationship. I mostly regret my decision, but I'm glad that I'm no longer lying to the man I don't deserve and the only man I love the most. I just pray he doesn't leave me and we both get over this. Girl, he is going to have to pray. This is a wound that he needs to heal himself.
Yeah.
This will make your relationship stronger in the long run. Just support him. That is literally what I have to say.
Instead, she's like trying to manipulate him, be like, okay, how can we get over this? How can I make you feel good? How can, like, you know, when you feel good, I feel good. And
Yeah.
you're not feeling good right now, so I need to do something about that. And it's like,
Yeah,
how about
and-
give him time?
And Mo Gary says, after admitting you lied for 5 years, you shouldn't push him to do something that is testing his boundaries.
Yeah.
And okay, Billy time, I'm not even slightly religious, but I even think the devil is testing his faith. Yeah, dude, this is something to, you know, see how strong he is. Told you should have kept quiet. I disagree. I don't think you should keep something this important to imagine this. I told Angie someone has already made a jacket for me after she made me a jacket. Imagine she gives me that jacket on our anniversary, and I said, actually, someone else made me a jacket. I was warm for a while beforehand. And that wasn't the first jacket anyone's ever made for me. That would be...
I can
You know
see
what?
what you're
Okay,
trying to
actually,
do.
I see. I think maybe it's more like you taking someone on like a really like nice like special date, and then it's like you did that with your ex, like the exact same date, and then making them feel like it was this special one of a kind thing that you did with them,
Yeah.
but really it's something you've done with everyone that you've ever dated.
Yeah.
There's layers to it, man. There
But
is...
I really do believe. Look, I don't know. I think holding on the lie is manipulative, and now telling him the truth and then doing this is also manipulative. And I think if you could have convinced yourself in your head that the first time didn't count and that you were a virgin, I think that would have been the best way to go about it. Not even gonna lie, because if you did have this 5-year relationship and y'all love each other and everything's perfect except for that one thing, then yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And also, he did make a comment about how it's like, well, we can't even break off this because then people will ask questions.
Yeah.
So then it's like, what does that mean? So then it's like, so why are we staying
So
here?
it's more of like a
I don't know,
front.
man. Like,
Some Christians like to have a nice front where it's like, hey, everything's fine, everything's looking good.
right?
mean,
He's an
yes.
optics. He's an optics guy.
Yeah, it is. Could you
But
scroll up a
also,
little
you
bit?
can't, like, say they have children, you know, and your child doesn't want to continue your faith. Is he going to now, you know, be like, oh, we can't tell anyone that, you
Yeah.
know?
Sarah C. Princess says she is now trying to push him to bypass his moral boundary that is strongly linked to his Christian faith. That's tough. I would have another separate conversation about that too with her. If I was this guy, look, you know what I feel about this? You trying to get me to do this is not comfortable. As the only feminist here, I vote she should have kept it quiet.
Deathbed confession.
I disagree with that, Ronnie Q.
Like, is it the morally right thing to do? Like, probably not. But is it?
But the thing is, for him, it's a big deal. For her, it's not. So do you want to do this for yourself, or are you doing it for him so that he will accept you?
I think once you become in a marriage with someone, you guys are a unit, you guys are one. And if someone hides something from another person, that is not going to be really good in the long run of things.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't think it should happen.
I mean, it really depends on your morals.
Yep. Okay, guys, that's the end of that story. We're going to tie a bow on that. We are going to read some comments.
And now we have some comments. These comments are from my boyfriend set up a loyalty test. I dumped him. This was posted May 27, 2026. And this is the TLDR of story 1. OP's boyfriend secretly set her up for a loyalty test, hiring a stranger to hit on her so he could film the whole thing for a YouTube video. She passed without even flinching, but the second she found out it was fake, she told him the relationship was over. Then it got worse. He pulled in their friends, their mutual friends, and even her own family to gang up on her and tell her she was overreacting. Even her own mom took his side. But OP had no idea what his ex-girlfriend was about to reveal. One phone call exposed the truth about who really cheated, and it flipped this entire story upside down. What he had been hiding all along is jaw-dropping. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
Okay. And we've got some comments. Comment 1, by the way, leave your own comments. They might get featured in a video. Comment 1 by AliZoo4755 says, boyfriend sets up a test and plans to put it online and sets up a guy to annoy and harass her and then sets his flying monkeys on her when she is rightfully angry. Yeah, he deserves to be alone. Boom. Comment 2.
Boom.
Comment 2 by Hill and Matt says, if they pass the test, you can never let them know that you were testing them. They pass, you fail.
Yes.
Comment 3 from Medidio. Medidio says, in the first story, the guy literally asked some guy to harass and basically stalk her. That is not a test. That is most women's worst nightmare when they are just trying to exist in public. And ADJ Windu says, there is narcissism. And then there's brother-in-law's girlfriend.
Out of this world, off the spectrum. Guys, that's the end of this story. Thanks for watching. If you want to see that video, go check it out. If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy. So stick around because you're already here. So just keep the video going. Just keep it playing. All right? Come on.
My mother-in-law is bad-mouthing me behind my back, so I drew a line. You draw that line, girl. So I've had major issues with my mother-in-law in the past, to the point where I blocked her. I gave birth to my daughter, also the first grandchild for them, in September. I am exclusively no bottles, pumping, etc. And I've had a hard time with the baby, honestly. By the way, this comes from DJ1418, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, she had oral ties that had to be revised, a major dairy allergy, and colic. Now, at 10 weeks, we are finally getting a grip on things, but we're still struggling some. She literally won't sleep anywhere but on me and hates anyone else holding her. With that being said, my mother-in-law and I have a rocky relationship, but I'm trying. I unblocked her 1 month before the baby came and have been trying to build a relationship. She is overbearing, expects to see the baby constantly, and texts us for updates every single day. I have had 2 or 3 separate conversations with her in the last 3 months about expectations. My spouse and I even went to counseling over this. I told her what we talked about and how I didn't know how to explain to someone what a normal amount of communication and time spent would be. It could be 2 weeks before she sees the baby, or we could see her 3 times in a week. It just depends on what's going on in our lives. Spouse and I also bought a house right before the baby was born. We are finishing our basement, we own a business, and we had an employee quit while I was on maternity leave. Mother-in-law knows all of this. The reason I'm posting. I suspected she was trash-talking me because family members and friends of hers started deleting and even blocking me on social media. But technically, I had no proof it was because of her, and my spouse wouldn't listen. Yesterday, her niece, my spouse's cousin, came to visit the baby. She told us that his mom had been telling everyone I'm being unreasonable and that I'm just trying to keep her from seeing my baby. She claims that everyone else is allowed to visit whenever they want, but mother-in-law can't, etc. The cousin said she wanted my side of the story. I was vague with my side because I don't feel the need to defend myself. They all already believe her anyway, and I'm not like her. The issues lie between us, and I don't feel like it's anyone else's business. This cousin was also one of the people who deleted me from socials, and I wasn't even sure I wanted her to visit anyway. None of this is true. My mother-in-law has been over to see the baby more than literally anyone else in our lives. My sister stayed for a week when the baby was born, not to spend time with the baby, but to support me postpartum. Which is what people should be offering. Absolutely. They should be offering to help you, the person who just gave birth. Yeah. She helped me learn to clean my whole house for a week and cooked us 60 freezer meals so I wouldn't have to worry. She lives 2 hours away, and even that was the most time she has spent with us due to having her own family. I just cannot wrap my head around all of this. I don't feel like I have my spouse's support, and it's making me want to go no contact with his mom again. Also, why would I want someone who talks about me like that to the whole family around my child? My spouse has said nothing, and I'm fed up. He doesn't understand. He told me all he wanted was for me to try with his mom, and I have. But she's still talking crap about me. I'm just tired. I don't have the energy for this. The fact that she did this throughout my whole pregnancy and now while I'm postpartum, dealing with various issues with my child while also being an FTM is so selfish. It is making me genuinely hate her at this point. If she really loved and cared about us in any way, she would be understanding and not making our lives harder. My spouse's response. I'm really upset with him because he has only said something to her once. So frustrating. This is why you have a problem with your mother-in-law, because your husband is not putting up any boundaries. Yeah. The conversations I have had with her were ones I wanted him to have, but he refused. So I finally had them myself and made sure he was there when I did. I feel like this is his mother and he should be standing up for me and addressing her behavior, but he just isn't. He should be. Absolutely. He won't even listen to me when I bring it up. Then weeks later, he'll say I already talked to him about it and doesn't understand why I'm still bringing it up. Except he never responds. He looks at me or doesn't when I talk about it, and he has nothing to say. He claims it's between mother-in-law and me and that he can't do anything about it. I hate this man. Divorce. Come on.
Come on, man. It's your mom.
Yeah, like he has nothing to do with it. If your partner is having a problem with your parent, you are the mediator.
Yeah.
You are the go-between.
Like, sorry. Don't know what to tell you. It's just true.
Even his cousin told him that maybe mother-in-law just needed to hear it from him, not me. Because coming from me, it sounds like it's just what I want, not what we want. So therefore, in their eyes, I'm just an unreasonable person who doesn't like his mom or want her around. Mostly just venting, but what would you do in this situation? And there is an update. Honestly, I think you need to sit your husband down and say, hey, we might need to go to marriage counseling because you're not listening to me. And you are putting all of this pressure on me to sort out my relationship with your mom when you need to pull some weight around here.
Yeah, like if you were having an issue with my mom, I would step in because as a partner or like a child-in-law, you don't have as much say as the actual blood child, you know? You just don't. So you gotta let it come from the husband.
True. But let's get into this update and see what OP does. Exactly what the title says. I'm not going to rant much about our history, but I recently found out mother-in-law has been talking crap on me to my in-laws. You can see the post in my history, and I contemplated not going to Thanksgiving yesterday, but I decided since I am exclusively breastfeeding, not pumping, and my baby can't go without me, and mother-in-law is the biggest issue, and I wanted to see some of the family that I do love and get along with, father-in-law's side, I would try to go, and also for my spouse's sake. My baby is 10 weeks old and hates the carrier, so I was originally going to baby wear, but that was not an option, so I had to tell everyone we weren't going to be passing her around since she's so little and it's sick season. My mother-in-law didn't say hi to me. Didn't make literally any type of conversation with me. I could tell she was pissed that we weren't going to let her hold baby. Came up and spoke to my baby one time and at a time when I had walked away from the crowd because she was getting tired and fussy. So it was literally the worst time to interrupt. I just walked away from her until she got the picture. But she didn't say a word to me and I couldn't be happier. On a side note, I hate this for spouse really because she ignored him too. But hopefully this is eye-opening for him as well. He needs some eye-opening. He needs her to behave badly to him too because it's a him problem and it always has been a him problem too.
Yeah.
Update 2. I'm not sure if this is allowed, but I just wanted to express that with some of the issues I've been having with mother-in-law and my significant other in turn, it has caused me to do a ton of self-reflection, research, and I am seeking out therapy for myself. Hopefully we'll also get couples therapy, but he's not wanting to go back at the moment. I came across the term enmeshment and have never heard the term before, but oh my God, this is my situation to a T. This is why it's mother-in-law, but also significant other all this time. It's not his fault, and he feels it's normal, which we know and have discussed previously in therapy. But now I have a word to describe the relationship and what's going on. It's not necessarily that she wants to date him or is creepy in that sense, though I've often wondered if it borders this, but it's because I was uneducated on things such as enmeshment. She is emotionally dependent on him, and in return, he is emotionally dependent on her. Whether they realize it, I don't think they do. Now that I have learned this term, I am seeing things in a whole new light, and everything is making so much sense. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It may be eye-opening for you as it has been for me. And there is a third update.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say they are definitely a little bit too tied up together because he's like, oh, I'm a mama's boy and I don't want to upset my mom.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, well, what if she's doing upsetting things?
Yeah, what if she is doing things to actively hinder peace in our life? What are you going to do?
You're going to stand up for yourself.
You gotta sit there on the sidelines like a coward? Update 3. So you can look at my past posts and see what we've been dealing with recently. Basically, in-laws invited us for Christmas Eve dinner, which I was not going to go anyway, because they refused to accommodate my little one's dairy allergy. And she said she was making chicken parm. Oh, I see, because OP can't eat that stuff, because it would affect the milk, I see. I'm still not interacting with mother-in-law after she's been spreading lies about me. And my family had Christmas on Christmas Day this year, and I had food to prepare, presents to wrap, etc. They never gave my spouse a time, and typically dinner has meant 4 to 6 p.m. in the past. They live very close, and my spouse was going to follow up at 3 p.m. or so to see when mother-in-law wanted him to come. At 2 p.m., she texted him and said, I guess you're not coming. He immediately called and texted her, and she read his text and ignored him. So he didn't go. That's it. That's the drama this week. The kind of update to my previous posts, significant other is starting to come around and see his mother-in-law's behavior for what they truly are. I think it's just hard for him because it's been his norm and it's his mom. He finally had a full conversation with me about the recent drama in my previous posts and agrees that mother-in-law is overbearing and overstepping and in the wrong. We are still figuring out what to do that is best for our family, so she'll just have to wait while we process her lies and crap talking. But with Christmas Eve, she's not helping her case with my spouse, that's for sure. I'll update when we decide to have a conversation with mother-in-law and father-in-law. Or to give you Christmas drama, because we're having a big Christmas gathering for his family this weekend. To be continued into the next update. Wow. It keeps going.
So many updates.
I think you just got to combine them, OP. Update 4. So as I stated in my other post, I was struggling with my SO a bit. He's not used to saying no or setting boundaries with his family, and this has been a challenge for him. He doesn't like to talk about it or entertain conflict of any sort. That's obvious. So we took a month, and I had multiple conversations with him until I felt like we were on the same page, and also to let myself cool down. I'm 3 months postpartum, and I'm having a hard time with my emotions as well. I finally felt like we were on the same page. I feel like there's a shoe that's about to be dropped.
Yeah.
So we had mother-in-law and father-in-law over, and my spouse initiated a conversation. He pointed out that we are disappointed in mother-in-law's behavior, that it is causing animosity and stress that we shouldn't have to be dealing with in this time in our lives, and that it is making me uncomfortable to the point that I don't even want to go to family events because I don't know who's saying what about me, and I don't feel supported in my decisions as a mother or our decisions as a family. They have continued to pressure us to have more visits with them, even though they know we have had quite a rough time with little one in her first few months of life, not including other aspects of her life, the business, buying the house, finishing the basement, etc. I really feel like he did a great job standing up for me. I'm very proud. As far as mother-in-law and father-in-law's responses, she tried to argue and say they weren't pressuring us for more visitation. I doubt that. The whole time they've been pressuring for visitation. I don't think that they're going to be like, oh no, that's not what we want. What are you talking about? We've never complained about that.
Right.
I guess maybe the significant other is putting in some work, but not enough for me. My spouse cut her off and said that when he had FaceTimed them and discussed her talking crap about me, that was the biggest topic of that conversation. So we called her out for, again, not being truthful.
All right, we're making some progress.
Father-in-law pointed out that I am very non-traditional, and it is something that they are having to get used to, which I agree with and am understanding of to an extent. Mother-in-law said she didn't understand why I had issues with her and not father-in-law. I told her it doesn't feel like he's judging me or pressuring me when he asks questions or when we have discussions. She, on the other hand, is forceful, and it feels like judgment, like it's her way or the highway type of deal. A situation that was discussed that I hadn't mentioned prior, they brought a family member to our home on one occasion when I was very newly postpartum without telling or asking us. That's not okay. With a little baby at home, and you don't even say like, hey, they're coming over.
Not cool.
Later, we discussed that we would like them to let us know if they're bringing people to our home. Mother-in-law told said family member and they all took it personally. Now that family member has ignored me at all family events, etc.
This is crazy.
You dumb idiot. I hate them. Why are you making so many problems when this parent is just trying to take care of their kid?
Yeah. Come on. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone. We also discussed their friends who are family friends my spouse is close with. 3 or 4 different couples blocking and deleting me on social media. Mother-in-law claimed she had no idea why, except for one of them. She said it was because I had blocked that person for a time when we were in the thick of it during my pregnancy. I told her how uncomfortable I am around 3 of the 4 couples, and that because they're such a large part of my spouse's life, I'm not sure what to do to make things better. However, I never did anything to them in the first place, so the issue is that mother-in-law was talking negatively about me. She insisted she should be able to talk to her family and friends. We also discussed family that deleted/blocked me on social media. Opie is just getting everyone's.
Oh my gosh.
And said that if they reacted that way, it wasn't because she told them to. I obviously never thought she directly told them to block me. I think she was just talking crap and giving one-sided stories. I told her it's not fair that I'm an individual and an outsider coming into this family, yet she's spreading things about me when I barely had a chance to form personal relationships with these people. Sometimes you can't just talk to everyone about everything. I told her she should have come to me or us if she had issues or concerns. She also complained that she cried on Christmas Day because we didn't spend it with them, saying everyone was asking her if we were. But we had discussed this earlier in the year. We do every other holiday with his family in mind. This year, it was Thanksgiving Day with them and Christmas Day with my family. Next year, they will have Christmas Day. I told her being disappointed or unfamiliar with our boundaries is okay, but saying whatever she is saying in the heat of the moment to family and friends is not okay. She is painting me as a monster when, in fact, all the boundaries we have placed are our boundaries as a family. Singling me out is unacceptable. I don't know if I missed anything, but I just told them they can ask questions about things they are unfamiliar with or when they have concerns. We can find common ground or reiterate that these are our decisions, but nothing will ever get better if she keeps discussing our issues with everyone but us. It's much better to just sweep all the issues into a nice, neat pile so you can deal with them instead of casting them everywhere, because then you gotta go around and it's 50 card pickup. It takes forever.
Exactly. It's like you have a issue tree. And instead of going straight for the roots, you're just pruning the leaves over and over. And it's what's that gonna do?
Nothing. Some of the things we've done that she has taken issue with include I had a home birth instead of going to the hospital. We are delaying vaccinations and maybe not doing all of them. Edit to add, this has been discussed at length with our pediatrician. I am not looking for medical opinions. We co-sleep with our child. We don't let them show up uninvited whenever they want, and we don't allow them to hold her at a large family gathering since she's so young. We also discussed the cousin confronting me about what mother-in-law has to say about me. Mother-in-law kept claiming that the cousin was in the wrong and that she never said any of those things to her, insisting that the cousin had no right to come to me. I disagreed and said I understood why she came to us. She loves mother-in-law and was obviously trying to help resolve a situation that was upsetting her. Regardless of what mother-in-law did or didn't actually say, she implied or made the cousin think these things by the way she spoke to her. Again, the bottom line is that she is painting a horrible picture of me to friends and family. I am the newest member and an outsider, and she is causing them to see me in a certain way, when in reality, these are our decisions as a family. I had previously told her, due to the issues we were already having, that I wasn't comfortable spending alone time with her and that she could visit when my spouse was around. She brought that up again, saying how shocked and taken aback she was. I told her she had time to respond and or process that information and come back at a later date to discuss it. But instead of doing that, she went and gossiped about it with everyone. Stop, girl. The majority of the conversation was about her speaking to everyone about us, but more so me, not coming to us if she has concerns, and not respecting our boundaries as a family. I also reiterated from our last conversation that healing takes time, and that hopefully we will get to a point where I am comfortable with her alone. However, I cannot tell her how long that will take. She just needs to give it time and stop giving us reasons to take steps backward instead of forward. Looking back now that the conversation is over, we didn't discuss that boundaries have been an issue since before I was even in the picture. This is on my spouse, and I feel it's not my place to bring it up, but he has complained to me about it in the past. I also think we should have mentioned that some of the things we share with them are personal and not meant to be spread to every single family member and friend. That might also be part of the issue. She admitted to sharing everything we've told her with multiple people. I do feel a bit better about everything overall. My spouse definitely had my back and stressed that he was severely disappointed in her behavior. It only took him a hot minute to come around. Honestly, you just have to keep having conversations with your husband to make sure that you continue to stay on the same page about your mother-in-law. We left on good terms, but I am still stressed and worried that we will continue to have similar issues in the future. But I guess this is all for now. Wish me luck that this will be the final major conversation we have to have with them, and that moving forward, things go smoother. Definitely feel like I missed a lot, but I think I covered the gist of it. And edit to add, since assumptions are being made, I thought simply pointing out that we are being supervised by a pediatrician would be enough. I never said I was anti-vax or that I was definitely not going to vaccinate my child. Part of the issue I've had with mother-in-law is her shoving her opinions on us about vaccinations when our pediatrician made suggestions due to issues we have seen in our child. She potentially has, and my family does have, certain allergies. The vaccinations were something we had to discuss with our pediatrician. By the way, I've got to discuss with you guys that you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. And there's a little bit left to this story. But do you have any final thoughts?
It's just so crazy to me how like obvious it is that communication is like the key to everything.
Would have solved everything so much sooner.
And so many people in this world ignore that.
And also, I was going to say, OP probably would have had a lot less problems with the mother-in-law if her husband had stepped in sooner. It probably wouldn't have gotten to this point where everyone in the family knows about all of your business. If he had stepped in and said, hey, like, mom, come on.
Right. It's such an easy thing to do. But oh boy, let's see what is left.
We aren't just going against the grain or blindly choosing not to vaccinate. We are still navigating what's best for our child. This was not the main point of the post. This is a mother-in-law sub, and this post was about her lies and overstepping boundaries, not whether I am vaccinating my child or not. I even edited the post to clarify that we are being advised by a pediatrician, and I'm still getting downvoted in the comments. I guess I'll update my flair because I was not looking for opinions on my child's medical care in this sub, or honestly anywhere on the internet. And that is the end of that freaking story. Man, oh man.
My mother-in-law is way too involved in my wedding planning, so we took away her power. Hi, I'm new to Reddit, and I got my post taken down, so someone suggested I come here for advice. I, 26 female, have been with my fiance, 27 male, who we'll call Mark, for 6 years. Those 6 years have been great. We've had fights and issues, but never something big that gave me a red flag. He's a great man to me, and he's always treated me so well. By the way, this comes from Mary's World, and if you want to submit your own stories, then go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. Now here comes the issue. Mark has left the wedding planning to me since he knows that I love this type of stuff, and I've always had a vision for what my wedding is going to look like. My soon-to-be mother-in-law has very loud opinions on a lot of things that I want for my wedding. When we went to the store to try on dresses, it was me, my sister, my mother, and my mother-in-law. I knew I wanted a fitted off-the-shoulder wedding dress, and there were so many gorgeous ones that were my exact type. When I tried them on, everyone loved them, except my mother-in-law.
And that's when you say mother-in-law, it's my freaking dress, and it's my freaking wedding. I don't want to hear it.
My way or the freaking highway.
And you can take the 405, Buster.
She was very loud about her opinion and even went as far as to say that I looked like a spicy dancer. Her comment started a big fight between my family and her. My sister especially was pissed, and I admit said some pretty nasty things to my mother-in-law.
Good.
This resulted in her crying to my fiance. That day, me and my fiance fought, and he said that my family was in the wrong for upsetting his mother over a silly comment. I eventually gave in and got a dress that made everyone happy, which was a ball gown type dress. I come from a family of florists, so my family was covering for all of that. My mom owns her own flower shop, and she's the most popular in our town. Look at you go.
It's you.
I love flowers. I always had since I was a child. This is something I'm not willing to give up. For my wedding, I always wanted a wildflower theme. I chose an outdoor venue and had a plan to decorate the place with my choice of flowers. I don't know why, but mother-in-law was so against the ideas of the flowers I chose. When she saw the bouquet and the flowers I chose, she yelled at me that this was tacky, that the people she invited to my wedding were going to think that her son is marrying someone cheap. Whoa, what the heck? Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe they'll think that she's marrying into a family where the mother-in-law is terrible.
She told me that red roses would look so much better and romantic.
Red roses are like the most common.
Yeah, they would have the least amount of personality.
Yeah, if you're basic, no offense to anyone who likes roses.
I refused, and she went to Mark about it. Mark and I ended up getting into a fight because this was something I absolutely refused to give up. He told me that it was just a small thing I had to give up and that after this was all over, we'd be happy with our new life. Even after the argument, I was adamant about my decision and wasn't backing down, which resulted in him leaving the house and going to his mother's. What a freaking mama's boy.
Little mama's boy. Mama, you can have your boy because I don't want him.
This has been going on for 3 days and he still hasn't texted me or called me back. And there are some comments. Comment number 1 says, not the a-hole. You don't have a mother-in-law problem though, you have a fiance problem.
Exactly.
Think of this conflict as a warning. This is what your married life will be like. Any conflict, even one where your mother-in-law calls you a spicy dancer, will end with your future husband taking her side, not yours. He will always be on her side. Now imagine if you make a home together. It will be decorated like she wants. And if you have children together, I think you already know. You've spent 6 years together and he now feels comfortable to show what he's really like. Run away before you get stuck. Another person responds, what if mother-in-law doesn't like the names you pick for your kids? Hubby will take her side and let her pick. What if you want a dog but mother-in-law hates them? The hubby will veto the dog. And what if mother-in-law wants a key to your house and you think that it's a bad idea? She's getting a key. What if mother-in-law abuses the key privilege to snoop and rearrange your furniture? Hubs will say that you're overreacting. What if mother-in-law wants to be in the delivery room and you say heck no? Guess who gets to stare at your vajayjay? Definitely setting up for the rest of your life. Comment number 2 says, info, why are you involving her in these decisions at all? She isn't your mother. She's the groom's mother. Make your own life easier and don't invite her wedding dress shopping.
Yeah, literally.
Don't consult her on flowers. Tell her you found a dress after it's purchased and you aren't showing anyone pictures. There you go. If she wants to be traditional about things, she can do a rehearsal dinner or luncheon and be in charge of that and leave the wedding to the bride. Someone else responds, on the contrary, I think it's great that OP included her fiance's mother. It gave her the opportunity to see so many red flags.
True.
I just hope that she doesn't ignore them. Arguing with OP and expecting her to change fundamental aspects of her wedding to appease his mommy? Give me an effing break.
Like your mother-in-law, but your fiance? I would not want to marry a man who is not on my side.
Yeah, like defend me when your mom calls me a spicy dancer for a dress I love.
I'd be like, how dare you?
And personally, I would just be like, all right, then a spicy dancer I shall be. But we do have an update. I want to start off by thanking everyone for being so nice and supportive. I've read all of your comments. Thank you all for the advice. Some of you are going to be a bit disappointed, but me and my fiance are not breaking it off. While a lot of you suggested that, I truly love this man with all my heart. My mom and sister has also pushed me to leave him as they said some nasty things I would rather not repeat. Oh, wow. We did postpone the wedding since we did not put the deposit for the venue and my mom is the one providing the decorations, etc. We were still in the early stages of planning the wedding, so we didn't lose much money.
That is excellent. Do not have a wedding until all of your problems are solved.
After I posted on Reddit, I took time to read all of your comments and sent a text to my husband along the lines of how immature he's acting and that if he keeps this silent treatment up, I'll be calling off the wedding.
Okay, girl, I don't know if we should have sent a text. Probably should have had that in person or calling.
I think that's the difficulty here is that he's like at the mom's house, which I forgot about, and he's just not responding. This is actually a big issue, I think.
So he's a child.
That seemed to get his attention quick since he replied back within an hour and came home that day. There you go. Get your man. I had a long discussion with Mark. I told him that I didn't have any issues with his mother and that I also appreciated her insight, but this wedding felt more like hers than mine. I also brought up the fact at how his mom insulted my mom by calling our choice of flowers tacky and cheap right in front of her. Me and my mom chose the flowers together. The mom owns the flowers. Like, that's definitely insulting. I also brought up the spicy dancer comment and that it hurt me and how easily he brushed that off. He ended up apologizing after all this and agreed to go to couples counseling with me. He also told me that he'd have a talk with his mother for her to step away from the wedding preparations and to let me choose what I want. After our talk, we both understood each other's perspective better. He felt pressured to say yes to her because his mother was all he had. He mentioned to me before how growing up she had to work 2 jobs to be able to support them both. I do feel for her, but it's still my wedding at the end of the day, and I explained that to him. He has been apologizing repeatedly these past days. He even bought me flowers and took me on a date. Question, were those flowers red roses? Or were they wildflowers? How well do you know your partner?
Did he buy those for $4 at Trader Joe's? Because if he's not going to the freaking farmer's market and spending $25 on them.
I do have some good news. While unfortunately I can't return my wedding dress, Mark has agreed to pay for however I choose to alter my dress. He didn't know that the dress I got wasn't really the one I had my heart set on, so when I mentioned this, he immediately offered to buy a new one, but I agreed instead to just altering it. To answer some of your questions, why is my future mother-in-law so involved? She has never had a wedding of her own, as her and Mark's father never got married. Before all of this, she was very friendly to me and always welcomed me, so I was just as equally shocked when this new persona came out of nowhere. I wanted to involve her since Mark is her only child, so they're very close. Mark also asked me himself to involve his mother, so she didn't feel left out. By the way, you will never need to feel left out because we've got more episodes with stories just like this one. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is, and just search OK Storytime. We literally have so much. You can always feel included in our little community. But there is a little bit more. Do we have any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I still don't really trust your fiance, honestly. I'm suspicious of him, and I think he needs a lot of therapy before you're ready to freaking marry each other.
Yeah, I am relieved because for a second, I was scared that this is how all of their conversations went. And then I was like, okay, then something's up and she's not aware of how this is. But I am glad that at least he was apologizing and not trying to like turn it so that she needs to apologize. He's not turning himself into a victim, which is great. Still not gonna like say, oh, he's like an amazing person because of that. But like, I'm glad that at least from this, it seems like she's not being like manipulated, which makes me trust him a little bit more.
I don't think he's necessarily like diabolical. I just think he has a lot to work on before they even can think about like starting this wedding up again.
It seems like this is a kind of new discovery about his relationship with his mom and maybe needs some time to settle. But there is a little bit more. So another question I saw frequently was who is paying for the wedding? Mark is paying for the venue and my dress while my parents are covering the rest. While we try to patch up our relationship, Mark has agreed to go low contact with his mother, which I'm not sure how she'll react to. Hopefully everything goes well in the future and we get back to normal. Thank you all again for the advice and the lovely comments. But that's the end of that story. I'm glad that Mark has come around and has realized there's definitely progress. Glad they're going to couples counseling. It sounds like this is a great thing to talk about in couples counseling.